and good evening to both of you. This debate will cover 6 major topics. At the beginning of each section, each candidate will have 2 minutes uninterrupted to answer my first question. The debate commission will then turn on their microphone only when it is their turn to answer, and the commission will turn it off exactly when the 2 minutes have expired. After that, those microphones will remain on, but on behalf of the voters, I'm going to ask you to please speak one at a time. The goal is to hear each other and for the American people to hear every word of what you both have to say. And so with that, if you're ready, let's start. And we will begin with the fight against the coronavirus. President Trump, the first question is for you. The country is heading into a dangerous new phase. More than 40,000 Americans are in the hospital tonight with COVID, including record numbers here in Tennessee. And since the two of you last shared a stage, 16,000 Americans have died from COVID. So please be specific. How would you lead the country during this next stage of the coronavirus crisis? 2 minutes uninterrupted.
So, as you know, 2.2 million people modeled out were expected to die. We closed up the greatest economy in the world in order to fight this horrible disease that came from China. It's a worldwide pandemic all over the world. You see the spikes in Europe and many other places right now. If you notice, the mortality rate is down 85%. The excess mortality rate is way down and much lower than almost any other country. And we're fighting it, and we're fighting it hard. There is a spike. There was a spike in Florida, and it's now gone. There was a very big spike in Texas. It's now gone. There was a very big spike in Arizona. It's now gone. And there are some spikes and surges in other places. They will soon be gone. We have a vaccine that's coming. It's ready. It's going to be announced within weeks, and it's going to be delivered. We have Operation Warp Speed, which is the military is going to distribute the vaccine. I can tell you from personal experience that I was in the hospital. I had it, and I got better. And I will tell you that I had something that they gave me, a therapeutic, I guess they would call it. Some people would say it was a cure. But I was in for a short period of time, and I got better very fast, so I wouldn't be here tonight. And now they say I'm immune. Whether it's 4 months or a lifetime, nobody's been able to say that, but I'm immune. More and more people are getting better. We have a problem that's a worldwide problem. This is a worldwide problem. But I've been congratulated by the heads of many countries on what we've been able to do. If we take a look at what we've done in terms of goggles and masks and gowns and everything else, and in particular ventilators. We're now making ventilators all over the world, thousands and thousands a month, distributing them all over the world. It will go away, and as I say, we're rounding the turns, we're rounding the corner. It's going away.
Okay, former Vice President Biden, to you, how would you lead the country out of this crisis? You have 2 minutes uninterrupted.
220,000.
How will you lead the country out of this
Hear nothing else.
crisis? Tell yourself.
To this. Anyone is responsible for not taking control. In fact, not saying I take no responsibility initially. Anyone who's responsible for that many deaths should not remain as President of the United States of America. We're in a situation where there are 1,000 deaths a day now. 1,000 deaths a day. And there are over 7,000 new cases per day. Compared to what's going on in Europe, as the New England Medical Journal said, they're starting from a very low rate. We're starting from a very high rate. The expectation is we'll have another 200,000 Americans dead by the time
because you get my
year. If we get more of these masks, President's own advisors have told us, we could save 100,000 lives. And we're in a circumstance where the president thus far still has no plan. No comprehensive plan. What I would do is...
Do you understand English? What the fuck did he just say?
...to wear a mask all the time. I would make sure we move in the direction of rapid testing, investing in rapid testing.
Ain't that already been done?
Set up national standards of how to...
How you gonna set up rapid testing and shit? It's already been done. Bitch, come tell me shut the fuck up yourself. Bitch.
We're in a situation now where the New England Medical Journal, one of the serious...
You ain't even supposed to be able to what the fuck I'm saying. Stupid bitch. Shut up, Obama. I mean, yeah, that's his name too. Shut up, Biden.
Absolutely tragic.
The worst president in the
I
world,
will take care of
besides
this. I will
Benjamin
end this.
Franklin,
I will make sure
is
we have
Obama and this and this. He ain't
Trump, I'd
president.
like to follow up
He's a
with
fuck
you in
bull.
your comments. You talked about taking a therapeutic, I see you're referencing Regeneron. You also said a vaccine will be coming within weeks. Is that a guarantee?
No, it's not a guarantee, but it will be by the end of the year. But I think it has a good chance. There are two companies, I think, and it will be distributed very quickly.
Can you tell us which company?
Johnson & Johnson is doing very well. Moderna is doing very well. Pfizer is doing very well. And we have numerous others. And then we also have others that we're working on very closely with other countries, in particular Europe.
Let me follow up with you because this is new information. You have said a vaccine is coming soon within weeks now. Your own officials say it could take well into 2021 at the earliest for enough Americans to get vaccinated. And even then, they say the country will be wearing masks and distancing into 2022. Is your timeline realistic?
No, I think my timeline is going to be more accurate. I don't know that they're counting on the military the way I do, but we have our general.
It's been on people.
One in particular, that's the head of
Because
logistics.
bitch gonna die anyway, the reason why you gotta wear masks. And we ain't.
Ready to go as soon as we have the vaccine. And we expect to have 100 million vials. As soon as we have the vaccine, he's ready to go.
Vice President Biden, your reaction, and just 40% of Americans say they would definitely agree to take a coronavirus vaccine if it was approved.
It's malaria, diphtheria. I just went to the doctor after they got a diphtheria shot.
Totally transparent.
Transparent, you don't make no sense.
Know it. Look at it. Go through all the processes. And by the way, this is the same fellow who told you this is going to end by Easter last time. This is the same fellow who told you that, don't worry, we're going to end this by...
He was talking about the stimulus check. You got to get them stimulus check. The last one got to get them stimulus check in May. Where's the second one, bitch?
President Trump, your reaction says you have no plan.
We don't have a dark winter at all. We're opening up our country. We've learned and studied and understand the disease, which we didn't at the beginning. When I closed and banned China from coming in heavily infected, and then ultimately Europe, but China was in January. Months later, he was saying I was xenophobic. I did it too soon. Now he's saying, oh, I should have, moved quicker. But he didn't move quicker. He was months behind me, many months behind me. And
if he didn't rape me, you know who did?
H1N1, swine flu, and it was a total disaster, far less lethal. But
because his mom ain't shit.
Had that had this kind of
his daddy the shit. Ain't that a bitch?
People would be dead right now. But it was a far less lethal disease. Look, his own person who ran that for him, who
he the type of
chief of staff.
He the reason why people don't.
It was catastrophic. It was horrible.
He the reason why people don't sell drugs. Y'all talk about intelligence. He one of one of the shit. Mick. Darren. Where the fuck?
But he was way behind us.
Got an intelligence and ain't got shit.
He is xenophobic, but not because he shut down access from China. And he did it late after 40 countries had already done that. In addition to that, what he did, he made sure that we had 44 people that were in there in China trying to get the rules.
All my life,
exactly
I've been broke, so it really don't matter no more. And you wonder why he act this way. And you wonder why your daddy, my baby daddy, chose a stupid motherfucker like you. You got rich daddies, and the kids don't want to do shit.
Out there to protect people. And again, I go back to this. He had nothing. He did virtually nothing. And he gets out of the hospital, and he talks about this is over. Don't worry, it's all gonna be over soon.
Why won't you at your day film?
There's serious scientists in the world who thinks it's gonna be over soon.
He's gonna be alright. It's a fair fight. I had to get on him.
He has the ability to lock himself up. I don't know. He's obviously made a lot of money someplace, but he has this thing about living in a basement. People can't do that. By the way, I, as the president, couldn't do that. I'd love to put myself in the basement or in a beautiful room in the White House and go away for a year and a half until it disappears. I can't do that. And here's every meeting I had, and I'd meet a lot of families, including Gold Star families and military families. Every meeting I had, and I had to.
He's just playing stupid, yeah.
It would be horrible to have canceled everything.
Because he promised his son something on national TV.
And you catch it. And you
please help him.
I learned a lot. Great doctors, great hospitals. and now I recovered. 99%
So I blew their ass up.
of young people recovered.
Legally.
99% of people recovered. We have to recover. We can't close up our nation. We have to open our schools, and we can't close up our nation. Or you're not going
They
to
got
have
you the correct vaccine. It's correct medicine.
People can get sick with COVID-19 and can pass it. Vice President Biden, I want to talk broadly about strategy. So, you
I respond to that.
30 seconds, please, and then I have a question.
Number one, he says that we're learning to live with it. People are learning to die with it.
I'm his little cousin,
People
yeah.
who have an empty chair at the kitchen table this morning. That man or wife going to bed tonight and reaching over and trying to touch their, out of habit, or their wife or husband was, is gone. Learning to live with it. Come on. We're dying with it. Because he's never said.
No, he doesn't have AIDS.
When's the last time? Is it really
I think I'm about to
dangerous
type the
still?
shit out of somebody.
Dangerous? You tell the people it's dangerous now? What should they do about the danger? And you say,
No, baby.
no responsibility.
Your mommy is Lord Bush. Your daddy didn't mean it.
It's not
That's your auntie.
He came here. It's China's fault. And you know what? It's not Joe's fault that he came here either. It's China's fault. They kept it from going into the rest of China for the most part, but they didn't keep it from coming out to the world, including Europe and ourselves.
Vice President Biden.
The fact is that when we knew it was coming, when it hit, what happened? What did the president say? He said, don't worry, it's going to go away. Be gone by Easter.
Yeah, you probably better go shoot Obama.
Don't worry, maybe inject bleach. He said he was kidding when he said that. A lot of people thought it was serious. A whole range of things the president has said.
He was at a gunpoint.
He thinks we are in control.
He's doing
We're
good.
about to lose 200,000 more people.
President Trump.
Look, perhaps just to finish this, I was kidding on that, but just to finish this, when I closed, he said I shouldn't have closed. And that went on for months. What Nancy Pelosi said the same thing. She was dancing in the streets in China. When I closed, he said, this is a terrible thing. You're xenophobic. I think he called me.
It's not that.
And because I was closing it, now he says I should have closed it earlier. It's just, Joe, it doesn't. I didn't say either of those things. You certainly did. You certainly did. I talked about a xenophobic context. It wasn't about closing the border to Chinese coming to the United States.
All right, I want to talk about both of your different strategies to handle
He
it.
thought I shouldn't have closed the border.
Well,
That's obvious.
do you want to respond to that quickly, Vice President?
No.
Okay. Let's talk about your different strategies for dealing with this. Mr. Vice President, you suggested you would support new shutdowns.
It's okay. He just had to cry a little bit. He's a grown ass man.
Americans who are fearful that the cost of shutdowns, the impact
He's all right.
on the economy, the higher rates of hunger, depression, domestic
You don't get shit.
outweighs the risk of exposure to the virus.
What I would say is I'm going to shut down the virus, not the country. It's his ineptitude.
He's a good Grinch. You want to fuck a who?
Shut down all apart. Why businesses have gone under, why schools are closed, why so many people have lost their living, and why they're concerned. Those other concerns are real. That's why he should have been, instead of in a sand trap in his golf course, he should have been negotiating with Nancy Pelosi and the rest of the Democrats and Republicans about what to do about the acts they were passing for billions of dollars to make sure people had the capacity.
You ruled out more shutdowns.
Well, no, I'm not shutting down the but there are, look, we need standards. The standard is if you have a
Okay,
rate
cuz.
in the community that's above